making me cry. I need to be the ocean eyes. Guys, today we're just sitting and having a rain ASMR.
Yeah.
You look so poised and ready, and I was like...
If I close my eyes when it's raining, I'm done. It's gone. What are you looking at?
Well, I was trying to figure out what that was.
It's a wig.
No, it's not. It's a shirt and a big bottle of Pepsi Cherry.
Nice. That Pepsi Cherry has been through every fucking like weather that it could possibly have been. Done.
Yeah!
Okay. We're going to be doing a Q&A. We've asked on our Instagram for questions.
Everyone always asks us like similar sort of questions, so we thought we'd just get one video out the way. So we're challenging our brains today. That's the challenge.
And then if any of you lot ask this question live, we're going to divert you to this video.
Yeah.
So.
Call it smart marketing.
Smart Maggie.
Smart marketing.
Smart Maggie Maggie.
Smart marketing.
Okay, the first one is the most weirdest thing you ever came across in your life.
The weirdest thing I've ever come across in my life. I think the weirdest thing and I always bring this up, and maybe I'm a little proud of it, maybe I'm not, but the weirdest thing that I've ever come across, but not me come across, is something I've done that I think if I could pull myself out my body and come across it as another person, was when I was hot wiring that car when I was like 7. So imagine you're just like going downstairs to your like apartment car park, getting in your car, and you see a 7-year-old being deposited through the back triangle window of a car, being like, right, you need to take this wire and that wire and put those together. Like, imagine seeing that from an external point of view.
Can I ask some like probing questions about that situation?
Yeah.
So, why couldn't you just unlock the door from the inside? Why did you have to hotwire it first?
I don't know. I didn't ask questions. I was in it for the money.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
It was his car.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why he would get you to hotwire it when you could just like open the door.
I don't know. Maybe it was an electric car. I don't know. Did they exist then? Probably not.
I don't think so.
We're relics.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty old.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't ask questions. It was his car. He'd done us a lot of favours, so we did him a favour, and that was that.
For money.
20 quid. 20 quid when you're 7 is a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. I think probably the weirdest thing I've come across... I feel like I've come across weird things, but I've just never acknowledged it.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at that.
It seems weird in the moment, and then when you have to reflect upon it, it's actually not that weird.
To be fair, I was driving back from dropping Stella off once, and there was like a fox that was dead on the road, and the only thing that had been run over of it was its head, so it was like squashed.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
Nice. Right.
Next up.
I feel like the most common question is, how did we meet?
How did we meet?
We were at a university social. I was with cheerleading, Maisie was with snow sports, and I was like running the social. And Maisie was in attendance, and we were going around, like everyone introducing themselves, their names or whatever. And my fresher at the time spoke over Maisie. So I made them go and write a poem about the fact that she was called Maisie. And then we went to Prism, and then
I decided that like cheer was the team that I wanted to be a part of. I stayed on snow sports, but like cheer was the more like sporty vibe that I was looking for.
It was just a bit more social.
Yeah.
And then Maisie messaged me about joining cheer, and then I was like, yeah, I'll meet up with you to take you to training. And then yeah, that was that.
Stella got ID'd for a fucking drink that she didn't want.
We went into Itsu on the way because I was really hungry, and they had like bowls of Asahi. Was it Asahi?
Yeah,
like bowls with bottles of Asahi, and I was like, oh, that's so weird. And the woman was like, you couldn't buy one even if you wanted to. And I'm like, yeah, I could. And then she ID'd me.
You weren't even buying it.
ID'd for sushi.
And I was supposed to be going to this training session just to try out. Like, I was just going to see what was going on.
Yeah,
because
almost just to watch, really.
Yeah, I was actually supposed to just be watching, and the coach just like grabbed me by the hand and put me in a place at the beginning of the routine. And I just remember, like, she put my hand, like, she was like, oh, like, this is the position, like, this is how we're going to start it.
You're never leaving.
And then I just remember just really slowly turning around to Stella and being like...
And I was like... it's like, yeah, you got it!
And then we went to training, and it was great.
And that was, what, like 4 or 5 years ago now?
5 years, 2019.
Oosh.
Damn. That's crazy.
Do we smoke weed? No.
No. No, we don't. Rundown of your friendship journey and how you became the funniest people ever. We've said, like, friendship, well, like,
I think
journey.
The night we bonded the most was over lockdown.
Yeah. There was one night.
Just going absolutely feral in this group chat talking about Thwomp. Yeah, I would say that was the night that we really bonded.
Yeah. And then over lockdown, Stella moved back to London, and she half invited me and I half invited myself to come and stay with her.
Everything had kind of been lifted a little bit, and I like had my own house in London, and Maisie was still at home.
Still at home.
And I was like, oh, you like just come stay with me, and then stayed with me for like what, 2 months?
2 months. I was supposed to come for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. It was really good though.
It was so much fun.
And
it was so much fun.
We got to experience the day of the pubs reopening together.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I don't think I've ever been that drunk.
Your little purple rain top.
So embarrassing.
That was fun.
Oh, it was bad. But yeah. So we lived together. That's another one. We lived together semi during lockdown. Like, I lived in Stella's house. And then I moved into that house a year later. And we lived together for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then the person sold the house, so we moved out. Animated show, movie, or a show movie. What? That doesn't make sense. Would you rather speak in Aussie slang or American slang for the rest of your lives?
Aussie. 100%
Totally.
Aussie.
Yeah. Love your
But I would be like, what up, bro? Be like, you alright, cunt?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
They're so much cooler. Would you do a live late night Logic? We do.
But we do lives. And
yeah.
It's not too dissimilar, to be honest. It's more just like a 4D experience of a late night Logic.
I don't think that we would be able to do a live late night Logic because I would just be so, like, I would want to know what people are saying.
Yeah.
Like if people are watching.
We actually read the comments.
Yeah.
I attempt to. But, yeah.
We need to get you a little, like, monocle.
Yeah. Some, like, reading specs.
Yeah. Are you single?
Yes.
Yes. If you could speak any language, what would it be?
Probably Mandarin, because I feel like it's the base for so many other languages and it would make it easier to pick it up.
Jesus.
You were going to say like French or something.
No, I was going to say like ancient Latin so that people would pay me to decipher things.
That's a clever answer. And Latin is also where a lot of languages are derived from.
Yeah. I feel like I could then speak Italian. I'd like to bring, I'd maybe like to speak Afrikaans because then I could really perfect my accent.
Yeah. Everything based around the hope that you'll be meeting a South African man.
That I'll fall in love. Mindless Logic stuff. Do you guys have any friendship traditions? We were thinking about this one before.
We have everything that we film is like what we do anyway.
Yeah.
But we do have Stella and Maisie nights, and it's basically very, very spontaneously getting drunk and just ending up doing shit.
The most random things.
Going for dinner in Central, like going for a Chinese in Central with millionaires at 4 a.m.
What else? We ended up at someone's birthday party. Like in a closed club.
Oh yeah. Managed to get ourselves into a guest list only birthday party. Just all like random stuff.
Yeah. And it just ends up being the most like we'll wake up in the morning and be like,
yeah,
that was hilarious.
It's kind of like if you think of the film The Hangover, it's like that but very minuscule.
Yeah, like it's not over like many days.
Yeah. It's very fun.
Oh, these two are kind of the same. When did you both decide that you wanted to start recording and posting videos?
It wasn't really our idea, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, people basically would sit with us and listen to us chat, and we would involve them in our conversation.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, oh my God, you should start a podcast, or like, you should record this.
Yeah. And then we filmed one episode and showed it to random people in the pub. Got their opinion.
And then we thought, fuck it, let's just do it.
Yeah, and then we uploaded our first one.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It's actually developed a lot. And it's only been, what? When was it? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. It's been 10 months.
Jeez.
Nearly a year.
Oh my God. Yeah, what inspired you to start YouTube? Same kind of thing, really. I think that both of us enjoy making other people laugh as much as we enjoy making ourselves laugh.
And that's the thing, like, even with the Stellar Amazing Nights, we don't even particularly do crazy things, but we'll, like, speak to people.
Yeah, we'll end up in, like, weird scenarios.
Yeah, it's like when we had this man once walk past us in the street and start shouting at us because we lied about what degrees we did. And he started shouting at us about Stanley Kubrick and Shelley Duvall. And, like, people literally stopped in the street.
And we're watching our argument.
Watching us. And we weren't even really saying anything, but because we lied about what we studied at uni, we had to pretend that we were considerably more knowledgeable in these topics than we are. But it's stuff like that, though. Like, usually it's not in an argumentative way. It's a funny way.
We'll grill people quite often.
Like, just before we filmed our actual first podcast, we met these 3 people, and we started talking about, like, trading, like, animals as currency. And they were like, oh, so this is what you talk about? And we were like, well, yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
Another one is that, like a staple of the Stellar Amazing Night.
Fucking hell.
A staple is that we'll most likely lie about something.
Yeah.
What was that night that we changed our names for the entire night?
We changed our names and where we were from.
Yeah.
It's never in a harmful way, though.
No, it's only ever in jest, like, and most of the time people are just like, oh, really? Favourite food?
Tapas.
I feel like, is Mexican a food, or do you need like pick a specific
I feel
dish?
like Mexican's fine. Like, tapas is the same, like, kind of genre. Not the same genre of food, but it's like you put in a big lot of food into one.
Yeah.
I hope they're going to be able to hear us.
I know. Piggy bits. What are your zodiac signs?
I'm a Gemini.
I'm a Capricorn. Capricorn. Do you ever want to have kids? I go through phases with this. Sometimes I'm like super broody, and sometimes I'm just not at all.
When I was a bit younger, I was absolutely adamant that I didn't want children. But I feel like if I'm in the right... I've always said if I ever have kids, it will be when I'm, like, able to give them like a very stable life. And
yeah.
I ain't anytime soon.
Got a couple years to go.
I mean, we'd have to find a partner first. For our children.
We're like sister wives.
That's like when we said we were going to text someone earlier. Like, should we text him?
My joint phone. Best type of ice cream? Mint choc chip.
I was going to say that. I don't have it really often, but I like it.
Yeah, I don't have it very often. I do like that one from the pub, the honeycomb one, though. That is so good.
I think chocolate is also good. Like, really good chocolate with chocolate bits in it.
I like most Ben & Jerry's.
Fab Lollies used to be my favourite.
Oh my god, I love Fabs.
I'm not talking about Fabs. Feast Lollies used to be my favourite. I'm not so keen now.
What's that got in it?
It's just like a stick of chocolate and then chocolate ice cream and then chocolate coating with hazelnuts in it.
Oh wow.
Pretty good.
I used to love a Maximon.
Say I've ever heard of a Maximon.
It's the top half is like, it's like an ice cream sandwich, but the top half is like ice cream with like coated in chocolate with like little bits in it, and then the other half is like a vanilla cookie sandwich like with ice cream in it. It's so good.
Sounds nice.
Yeah. I feel like I owe the ice cream man that used to come down our road like many 50p's and like 10p's. So just like always be just a little bit short.
So funny.
Or like dump out a load of like copper coins and he'd be like, I just can't be bothered. Favourite comfort show at the minute? I'm really enjoying Criminal Minds at the moment.
I think Outnumbered is my comfort show at the minute.
Oh yeah. What's your comfort film?
I don't know. I'm not in a TV phase at the minute, like watching anything on the TV.
Yeah.
I'm in like a TikTok phase.
Yeah.
I go through phases of like film, TV show, YouTube, TikTok, and it goes just round in a circle.
Yeah. I feel like my comfort show, if I'm really sad, is Hercules. I love that film.
Anyone want a sundial?
What about Sunday? I remember when I was like really upset and we went back to, I was like really upset and you put it on and I went to the toilet and I missed the fucking sundial bit and I was so annoyed. It was the best piece of advice you've ever been given.
Give yourself 5 minutes to be sad and move on.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You can't there's no point in wasting time over stuff you can't control.
Yeah.
It's literally fucking not worth it.
I honestly, like, I used to really, really struggle with, like, really getting anxious over stuff that I just had no control over.
Yeah.
And as soon as I stopped being worried about that stuff, my life changed so much.
Yeah. Just not to dwell on things. It's just it's pointless.
No need. Oh, I'm going to use the one that I got today, actually. Like, try everything, because then if you get a random opportunity, you'll have like a stake in the like area of the opportunity.
Oh yeah, I'm such a yes person.
Yeah.
Like since I've been young, my mum's always said to me, if you have an opportunity to do something, just do it.
Yeah.
Like obviously within reason, but like, oh, you might think, oh, I'm not really sure if I want to do that. So just do it.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. What 3 words would you use to describe yourself?
You go first. I'm answering everything first.
Bubbly. I think mature. And funny.
Probably sarcastic, chaotic. Chilled.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. Chaotic and chilled don't seem to make much sense together, but they do.
They do. No, they definitely do. And finally, what do you think of France?
Vive la France!
Vive la France!
I drove past the Eiffel Tower once, but I was asleep.
Oh, shame.
Not driving, but
yeah. That's sad.
It is really sad.
I've only ever been... I've been to France, been to Paris. I think it's quite nice. Most of the time I go to France, we go skiing, so it's like the Alps.
Yeah.
We cross over to the Swedish.
The Swede.
To the Swede. Switzerland.
I'm so grateful for this rainy weather, but it makes me not want to like move.
No, it makes me so tired. Do you have any questions for me? I asked that, but I don't have any questions for you.
If you had to eat a Scotch bonnet to save my life, would you do it?
What the fuck is a Scotch bonnet?
It's like a really, really hot chili.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Would you... Why is it called a Scotch bonnet?
I don't fucking know.
That's strange. Would you eat a Scotch bonnet to save my life?
Unfortunately, yeah, I would. I would probably die in the process, though. So the question is, would you want me to do it?
Well, it depends on how I'm dying. If I'm just kidnapped, I feel like I could find my way out. But
if you got kidnapped, yeah, I don't think you would die.
No, I'd definitely find a way out.
Smashing.
Stunner. If you guys have any more questions, leave them in the comments below and we might answer them, but we might not. That's another question for another day. Bye!
And I'm not Bella Ramsey. Just that we get that question a lot.
Yeah, that question.
It's not me.
And I'm not that frog. Oh la la la!